The first lesson for HJ eDesign. First, go to Google and type in my HJ, as in Herf Jones, yearbook, and then click on the first one, myhjyearbook.com. I've given you a username and password. If you don't have that, come see me. Then click sign in. Click on 2022. This is the 22 yearbook. Then go to Design Pages. Each of you have been assigned to a page number. Please go look up in Schoology or See Beavers as to what page number you've been assigned to and scroll to that page. I am going to use page 44, but you find yours. Once you find your page number, double click on the page. And on the other side of the spread, because you've only been assigned to one half of the spread, it says click to open. Go ahead and click that so that we avoid some problems later, mainly because this text box right here goes over to the other page. First thing you need to do is type in your first and last name next to this page assigned to, if it's not already been done, so your name. And then on Tuesday, you interviewed your group, or you got some partners and you got some quotes from them about the 10 questions for Inside the Actor Studio. Pick one of those questions, doesn't matter which question it is, and type it here. To type, you're going to click the text tool, the capital T on the left-hand side, and you can highlight from front to back, or you can, I want you to try out this shortcut, triple click. 1, 2, 3. Triple click means highlight everything on a line. Double click will highlight just the word you double click on, but triple click will highlight everything. Either way, highlight the whole thing and type in your question. My question that I liked out of all the ones we asked, one of them was, what is your favorite word? Make sure that ends in a question mark and everything is spelled correctly. Then highlight it again. And I want you to change the font. It defaults from AHJ Times. Pick anything. Right now, we only have a few fonts to choose from. Later on, there will be more. I'm going to go with this one. And I also want you to make it slightly bigger. You can pick a number by choosing this arrow right here, or you can just go up, up, up. Doesn't matter what size or what font, just make it a different font than what you were given and slightly bigger. Next, look at your chart of answers and go through and figure out who gave you the best answers. Notice how these end in commas. Your answer needs to end in periods. So my favorite answers from my groups, what is your favorite word, were rainbow. Make sure that ends in a period and begins and closes with open and close quote marks. That information came from David. David Jones, and David is in ninth grade. Don't worry if your names are blue underlined, that's something later on. Make sure it begins and ends with a quote mark, but there's a period inside the quote mark. And regardless if this is one word or a whole bunch of words, it does need a period. Then type in a space, dash, space, your person's first and last name, comma, then a space, and then the number grade that they are in. Repeat that for the rest of the questions. Next one was blue, and that one was sped by Julie Smith, who's in 12th grade. Next one said puppy. That was by Will Jones. He's in 10th. Triple click again. This one said yes by Sue Smith. She's in 9th grade. And then the last one was, no, I'm making this up as I go. Fun by Alan Jones, who's in 10th grade. Okay, make sure you have 5 answers. Now, these are nice short answers. If you did a different question with longer answers, you may find that your answers go beyond the border. All of our stuff needs to stay inside the thin pink line. I'll tell you what the other things are later, but this has to stay within the thin pink line. So let's say yours goes out of the space given. You can take and highlight everything. You can do that by starting at the top and highlighting downward, or try this shortcut, click anywhere in the box and do Control A. You can make it smaller. You can also change the font here if you'd like, something that's easy to read. You could also center it or right justify it if you wanted to. I'm going to leave mine left just because I like that better. All right, so I've typed in my name, my quote or a question in a different font and size, and now I have at least 5 answers. You can do more if you want to. Let's talk about picture placement. Gray boxes are just representative of where a picture is going to go. Let me show you how to upload that. Once you've typed all the stuff that you need to on your page, click the X and say, yes, you want to save it. Then go to Library. Always make sure Candids is selected. Never choose Portraits or these other ones until later. Make sure you start off with Candids. I'm going to go to Import and Export, import from my device, then go to This PC. I see more than you do. You'll only see HS Apps and your name. Click on HS Apps. You can click Open, or I like to double click. Fastest way to get to the journalism department folder. Click one time in the white area. Then click J on the keyboard. Takes you right to journalism. Click on Yearbook 2022, this year's pictures. And this is just a practice assignment. It doesn't matter what the picture is of. I know we've got tons of pictures under school spirit, varsity football, volleyball, and others. The photo blitz day would be fine too. Just find a picture. I don't care what it is, who took it. Just find a picture. I'm going to go with this one just because it was easy to find. Double click it or click open, and it takes a minute to upload. It says validating, please wait. The more pictures you upload, the longer this is going to take. We used to have a max of 50 pictures at a time. I'll have to check and see what our new max amount of pictures is, but for right now, just open up one. You'll see that a couple of other pictures have already been uploaded and are in use. Always click Tag Images Now. Over on the right-hand side, make sure your picture that you just uploaded has a blue border. I want you to click Practice. That tags this photo as practice. Later, I'm going to delete these. I don't want to use these really in the book because they're usually just random pictures like this one. Make sure it's been tagged as practice. Then go back to book, go back to your page, and then click these arrows on the top right. Oh, just kidding, that one. Why am I in view only mode? Okay, here's a common problem that we had last year, but still, this is a better version than what we used to have. Ask an old staff member. For some reason, it says my page is locked. To fix this, reload and then scroll down to your pages. I was on page 44. Okay, it still shows that it's locked. Let me find out why. It fixed the other page. Reload. 44. Okay, if this ever happens to you, you'll need to sign out and sign back in. Book. Come on, page 44. Are you going to load this time? Okay. I don't know why it did it, but there we go. Okay, we're back to it. Page 44, 45. Now I'm going to upload the picture. I uploaded it, so now it should be under Candids. Over here on the right-hand side, you see 2 arrows and then some pictures. Click on the pictures. You're going to see what's been uploaded so far. As other people upload their pictures, there's going to be more and more here. The ones that say in use are other people's. You can't use those. There's mine. I'm going to show you a few new things that it does. Click on the up and down arrow right there in the middle. You're going to see that this photo has been tagged as Topics Practice, which is great. You can rotate the picture here, and you can also edit the picture once we've inserted it into the spot. I'm going to click and hold down on this picture and drag it over. Notice that when I drag on top of the box I'd like to drop it into, it has a blue border. Once it has the blue border, let go. And from here, I'm going to double click the picture. This allows me to crop the photo if I wanted to. If I wanted to just crop down on one person, I could, or I can include the entire picture. Doesn't matter. I can also move the photo within the frame. I can make big movements with my mouse, or I can use these arrows to make smaller movements. I can rotate the photo here. I can fit it to frame. So let's say it's not fitting. I can make it go as big as the frame. And I can also do some other adjustments. A new feature that this has, old staff members, you'll like, is the remove it from the frame. Let's say you decide to not use that picture, click remove and say yes, and it will go over there back to Candids. But plug in a picture. Feel free to crop it however you'd like to. Honestly, I just want a photo in that space. I don't care what it is. Normally, whoever we quote right here underneath the photo would be the person in the picture. This is just for practice, y'all. The last thing, we always make sure photos have a photo by credit. What I'd like you to do is take your text tool, your typing tool, and click and drag a text box. It's going to give you dummy copy, that lorem ipsum placeholder text, which is fine. Highlight all of that. You can triple click or control A and type in photo by colon. Now, one way you can find who took a picture is to go over here and click on the photo, use the arrows again. This one was taken by Dave Chavez. This one was taken by, let's see, Josiah Mendez. This one is not labeled properly. This is one of the reasons why you want to make sure your photos are all labeled as by your name. So right now I don't have a name, but I'm just going to make it up. Again, this is just for practice. I'm going to say this was taken by me. Of course, it was not, and I would not do that in the real book. But I now have a photo by credit on there. Big P, little b, colon, space, and first and last name. Always make sure the edge of your picture is lined up with the last letter of the name. The way I moved that is that I used my moving tool, the arrow key, and I can either drag it where I want it to go, or if I want to make small adjustments on my keyboard, I'm using the left arrow key, and now we're good. So you have everything now. You have your first and last name, your question in a different size font, a picture, a photo by credit, and 5 answers by 5 of your classmates that you've interviewed with their name and grade. I have noticed I did miss a few dashes here. Quotes always have a dash and a space. Dash and a space. There we go. Check it for consistency. Everything is capitalized, ends with a period, has quote marks, names. Again, don't worry about the blue underline just yet. And we look great. Last thing you need to do is go to File, Create Low Res PDF. Don't click High Res if you have that choice. Low Res PDF. It creates a PDF for you, takes a few seconds. And once that's done, we're going to print it to the printer on Beaver's desk. Pops up down here. I see page 44, 45. Come on, open up. All right, this is my page. This is somebody else's page. I don't need to print that. I only want to print this page. I know in eDesign it says it's page 44 and 45. On this program, it shows it as page 1. I need to go to Print, Pages, Custom, Print page 1. You might have page 2 if that's you, but mine was page 1. And I'm going to tell it to go to our black and white printer on Beaver's desk, the black printer. Choose Dell B2360D DN. Then hit print. Oh, one last thing. Go to settings and under scale, make sure fit to paper has chosen. Your preview should look like mine, where you can see everything, including page 44 or whatever your page number is at the bottom, the template information. I want all of that to print. This is a great place for me to write comments on. So set it up like that, either page 1 or 2, depending on which one is yours. Make sure you choose our printer and that you choose the fit to paper option. Otherwise, it's going to cut some stuff off. Hit print and then go grab that and put that in the grading tray. It already has your name on it.